Now, just in case you guys didn't know, Mark Wahlberg, in his initial lifestyle order, it was like the most ludicrous. It was like, wake up at 2:30 a.m., go to bed at 12 p.m., pray for an hour and a half, eat nothing but lettuce all day, work for 20 hours. It was ridiculous. So I'm not surprised that they have to remake this to maybe clarify or make him look somewhat relatable.
Hey, I'm Mark Wahlberg, and today I'm going to show you what my diet looks like. I got up, I take my vitamins, I drink my water, I have a little dissolvable zinc tablet, and then I have a triple espresso. I have my coffee, go in the cold plunge.
With your morning cold plunge, a couple of things. One, having your muscles that cold before training is not something I would advise. But there is something to be said about the mental edge that you get from cold plunging. I personally would love an ice bath in the morning, irrespective of training, just simply because of the way it makes me feel. I feel on top of the world for the next 4 to 5 hours. I guess the research would say not to ice bath and then jump straight into a workout. Mark Wahlberg's doing it, and I kind of get it. I think it's kind of good.
I'm out, and then I'll have my creatine and my branched chain aminos while I'm working out. After the workout, about 45 minutes after the workout this morning, I had 5 eggs. I had 2 hard-boiled eggs and 3 scrambled eggs. I had a pork chop with just a little bit of salt and pepper on it. I had...
Okay, so he had 3 hard-boiled eggs, 3 scrambled eggs, a pork chop?
I had wild smoked salmon, some Greek yogurt, and berries. And then I had green juice with moringa.
In this, he doesn't explain the quantity. Pork chop could be 100 grams, could be 200 grams, could be 300 grams. Berries, Greek yogurt, you're very, very safe. That's good eating. What he doesn't explain is the quantity. When you're eating and trying to lose fat is what matters, but when you're trying to maintain like Mark Wahlberg, maybe it doesn't matter as much.
I was at 8 o'clock in the morning. At 11 o'clock, I had chicken breast, chicken thigh, sweet potato, broccoli, a bowl of fruit, blueberry, blackberry, raspberry, strawberry, and then I had a handful of pistachios and I had a handful of almonds. And then I just had 2 o'clock, I had salmon sashimi, crab salad with little cucumber, and a couple pieces of chicken breast. And tonight I'll have a nice steak, some sea bass or halibut, something, and a vegetable.
Eating super, super clean like that is probably not indicative of what he does all day, every day. Keep in mind, the amount of food that you need to maintain a weight is a lot more than the amount of food that you need to take in to lose the weight. So Mark Wahlberg sounds like he's probably getting in about 3,000 to 3,500 calories there. If you added any cheat food or anything like that, probably blow out his calories quite a bit. But because he's not cutting weight, that's what he can eat. If you're trying to lose fat, I wouldn't recommend eating like this to that quantity.
I just try to eat as clean as possible. I've had the worst eating habits, and I do wanna, let's have a little disclaimer here. If I explain my schedule or my eating habit, let's not let your imagination run wild. And last time I did this, it got out of hand and people thought I took an hour and a half long shower. And I've changed my philosophy quite a bit. If I was actually smart, I would have listened to the people that told me how to do things right a long time ago, but I was hard-headed.
Someone as successful with as many advisors around him as Mark Wahlberg appreciates at 52 the idea that he should have listened to the experts a long time ago. There is something to be taken away from that. There is something to be learned from that. If you aren't willing to follow a plan to a degree, or at least some sort of structure, your results will suffer and you will be looking like a fluffier version of yourself every single time. The minute you start listening to the experts and the coaches, and the minute you start executing, is the minute that you start making real long-lasting change to your body, and you will get so much more mileage out of your physique than you ever thought possible. This includes reduced injury risk. This includes increased muscle hypertrophy. This includes strength gains. This includes looking better naked.
I learned the hard way. I was training 7 days a week, 2 times a day, and eating 8 meals a day. I couldn't digest the protein I was eating. I was doing it all wrong. Then I started fasting, and I was like, well, I don't have to do cardio twice a day if I'm fasting, or I'm just eating the right amount of protein and eating at the right times. Everything for me was so extreme. So now, like I said, I finally figured it out at 50-something years old.
Is he on the money? Overall, listen to the people that are experts. Yes. But can you get results and train twice a day? Yes. If you love it, go for it. I'm not one to tell you not to, but is it the best way to get results? No. And will it lead to increased injury risk and fatigue? Yes.
You know what? I was on the cleanest program and regimen going down to do Arthur. I was cycling and doing lots of stuff, training and preparing to hopefully look like an adventure racer months in advance. And first day of shooting, I tore my meniscus, and the only thing that was giving me any comfort was a really tall, ice cold jumbo beer at the end of the day. So my diet went out the window after the first day, and I don't take like any type of pain medication or anything. I couldn't get the surgery, so I was just like, all right. At the end of a long, hard day of sweating in the jungle, the best remedy for me was a couple of cold jumbos.
He's saying he doesn't have any pain medication, when in actual fact, the alcohol was the pain medication. Alcohol can derail your progress as a bloke. I'm yet to find someone that has kept it, someone that has kept a physique successfully for a very, very long time that drinks on a regular basis, or even a semi-regular basis. The first thing that a lot of blokes do when they get injured is start to drink more. You've gotten so involved in your physical pursuits, and now your physical pursuits are missing. The rest of your life is completely barren. There's nothing there. You might not be someone that's religious. You might not have a strong family ties. You might not have strong friendships. Everything else has kind of gone to the wayside. The number one thing that you had that was keeping you focused and aligned is gone. So a lot of men will go to drinking, and that is the fastest and most foolish way to offset your progress. It's a choice at the end of the day. And if you are choosing to avoid the pain, avoid the discomfort through alcohol, you will pay for it down the line.
It's just become such a routine for me now. Eating right, exercising, I feel good. So it's something really that I look forward to. You know, there are days where you get in there, you don't really feel like you want to do it, but by the time I've gotten out of that cold plunge, I'm ready to go. Now that I've been focusing on rest and recovery, I don't feel like it's as laboring as it used to.
A couple of things. Mark Wahlberg probably takes testosterone replacement therapy or steroids to whatever degree. A lot of people will think that they don't because they don't talk about it. Because why would they? They're getting paid millions of dollars not to degrade their name. Their name is their brand, and that makes them money. So if they're taking steroids, that would make them less money. To note that the training, the diet, all this sort of stuff, there's a massive underpinning of steroid use. Just keep that in mind.
Keep me all right this time, because what I'm thinking about is like, okay, I gotta have either some tequila, and I'll have chocolate, and I'll have some other dessert, and 5 different kinds of pasta after not having anything and eating clean, and then I wonder why I don't feel good the next day.
Cheat meals, by and large, the biggest waste of time ever. If you have a diet that can't allow you to have chocolate on a daily basis or twice a week basis, it's a shit diet. I wanted to put my 2 cents in there because I think a lot of men will watch it and emulate without the understanding of pharmacology. Mark Wahlberg's bloody finances. Mark Wahlberg's doing this for 30 years, lifting weights, and he still can't get it right. The longevity game that he's playing now that he's older. If you can play the longevity game in your 20s, which I did, your body's going to be an absolute machine by the time you're 50, 60, 70. Please subscribe to the channel, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.